Cool. You ready?
If you are.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. Wait, talking to the mic?
Hello?
Okay. All right, now let's go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Test Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host.
Aaron.
And we're live on a Tuesday night, ready to do some podcasting. You can find us everywhere you find podcasts. You search the Blackout Tips, leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcast, and we'll read them live on the air. We love those. It's our fave. It makes us feel great when y'all do that, and
Yes.
we hope y'all continue to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The official weapon of the show is
The taser.
an unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme, 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 extreme. And yeah, listen, we're the number 48 most popular comedy podcast in Madagascar. And it's because we persevere, guys. We out here
Oh, shit.
trying and living. And I just want to shout out all the listeners who just
Shout out to the chat room.
spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours with us while we did a bunch of technical
Aaron and
checking.
Rod, tech time. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I called myself getting up some crumbs. I was like, get some crumbs here. Let me pull out this nice vacuum cleaner that Roger just bought, and it's actually real good. It auto pulls itself. I hit the button, that bitch was like, I'm going. I was like, oh shit, it moves on its own. So I called myself trying to vacuum clean, and when I vacuum clean, it bumped down some of the sound stuff. So I just put it back up and kept it to pushing. And I didn't realize I fucks up. So next time, bitch, them crumbs got to stay. We're not going through this no more.
She just put it back up and kept it to pushing. What does put it back up mean? Obviously not the right thing, because
apparently not.
It didn't work. And it was just very frustrating, guys. It was the mic wasn't being detected, and the camera, then the monitor cut off, and then the audio was only working in one ear with the mixer, and just had to do tech talk for an hour and a half. And I tried to, I played music for the chat room, but we were supposed to start this an hour and a half ago, so I don't know how long this show is going to be. To be honest, I'm at my wits end. I'm kind of fucking tired right now, guys. I worked all day and then I had to do this shit. So
I didn't know it was gonna turn the tech hour with Karen and Rod. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's just, the other thing is, of course, whenever I'm helping Karen with technical issues, she gets frustrated, and then the next thing is, she starts doing stuff that I didn't tell her to do. and it's just making things worse. It's like, you got us in this situation, let me get us out. And then she's just like, I just connected the cord. And I'm like, why would you do that? I didn't say to do that. I asked you, where does the cord connect and what kind of cord it is. So
I need to be better at that. I'm sorry, I just started fucking panicking. I know that's the wrong thing to do.
it just makes it longer. It just makes it take longer. So we had an adventure, everybody. And if you weren't live, you'll never know. But a lot of people, I put them on at Harry's house because they hadn't heard it. They've only heard Black Twitter shitting on it. And I was not surprised, I was pleasantly surprised to see that there were people in the chat that were getting their life to it. That was like, oh, I think I like this. What is this? Because I think this happens every time Beyonce is snubbed for the album of the year. We immediately start shitting on the person that won it. And I'm like, I guess I didn't listen to that shit. I don't even know to not like it. I just went to listen to it.
Yeah, like I said, I've never heard it. I might go check it out. But, I've heard of him because of them, because they're a major star. So I knew they were around. I knew they had music. It's like Bad Bunny. I know Bad Bunny exists. I've never actually sat down and listened to Bad Bunny's music.
Yeah, I've tried. I can't. I have to know what the person is saying to like music. I'm too much of a lyric person, so me not being able to speak Spanish is too much of a detriment to my consumption. I only, but yeah, that Harry's house is hard. It's hard as fuck. Like I get it. I don't, obviously I don't think it's better than Renaissance. But clearly the people that vote on that shit are kind of biased. But yeah, man, I was like, okay, Harry. I started listening to it at work today because I was just like, working on some stuff, and I was like, oh, check out this Harry's House album. I haven't really done much. But yeah, it's our dark week for the show, which means we're working, but we're not putting the show out this week. So we're working behind the scenes on stuff. So it's kind of a slow day today. And uh I was taking some time to interact with my social media like the old days. I normally don't talk to these niggas anymore. But I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll talk to y'all today. I had the time. So I talked to him about a couple topics. The first was Big Groove, aka the dude that used to be called Groovin' Gorilla.
Okay, that dude, yes.
Yeah, because I saw apparently the thing now is to call him a minstrel. I guess they're saying he's a shucking and jiving coon minstrel type of dude, and
I don't mind that dude. I don't know. He just not bother me.
I
I'm
know
like,
I feel
okay,
weird.
you out here just doing his thing, and everybody's like, you nigga. I'm like, oh, I guess, but
Yeah,
he's
and I
not
think
bothering nobody.
I think I've been exposed to less of his stuff than other people because I think a lot of these people
Right.
have been rage consuming his content. Like they hate him,
Yes.
but they also won't stop fucking clicking his videos so they can share
Right.
it and be like, everybody, look at how much I hate him. And
Mhm.
so I think they're seeing more of his content than I would because, like, I see it, I laugh at the gag because it's a very simple, repetitive gag, which is he goes to a place that you're not supposed to be dancing. He does something. It's not always food related, but sometimes it's food related because restaurants are a big place you're not supposed to be dancing. He eats the food. He does some choreographed dance moves that he thinks are hot. It seems that he's the only one that can even hear the music, so it's even funnier to me.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has his headphones in, but like the song he dancing to that they put behind the beat to the
Okay,
TikTok
the song that
video.
we hear on the TikTok is not the people there don't hear. So he just look like some food just dancing.
Yeah, like
Okay.
to me, it literally just seemed like a one note annoying slash funny gag. And it's annoying, I guess, if you were there. If I'm sitting there eating my avocado toast, I'll probably be like, this nigga.
I know.
But
Sipping on my margarita, going, "What this nigga doing? Okay, can I have another margarita?"
yeah,
That
but
won't be
it's
quite
not
right.
enough. It's not enough to like really make me mad about it. It's
Mhm.
more like even if it happened when I was around, it's more like a roll your eyes type of situation than a god damn it, situation. But um and so he's always eating something. I've seen him eat a bunch of shit. Not always. I've seen him also dancing where it was like my favorite one is these little girls he was dancing in front of, and all them little black girls look like nigga, stop. And so there's a couple things that are going around that I haven't really seen proof of, and it's one that he's dancing for white people, whether it be the white people that is the audience of TikTok or whether it be the white people that are in some of the videos. But I've seen him do this in black establishments more than a few times.
Yeah, like I said, they don't have no proof behind that. It's like because of white supremacy and racism, we trim everything back down to white people, and white people ain't even paying us really no attention.
Yeah, well, also like the white people, it doesn't make sense because the white people in the videos are never hearing what he's hearing, and
Mm-mm.
they're never in on the gag. So if you were entertaining them, it seemed like something you do towards them, right? Like,
Right, and let them know what was happening so
yeah,
they
it's
could
always to the
like get aboard.
camera.
Yes.
It's always to the camera. So then the thing I thought was funny, I saw this brother tweeting earlier. I won't say his username just because I don't want, sometimes people feel away about that. We had
Right.
a polite conversation and it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't any animosity, and I thought it was a very mature, cool situation. But once again, I don't want to step on any sensitivity, so I'm just not gonna say their Twitter name. But he was saying this man being dark skinned and big, muscular, makes it some sort of like coonery. And my question was, so the body he's existing in means he can't express his joy this way.
Right.
And I said, isn't that us internalizing something? Isn't, like, I mean, I don't know the answer, but I mean, how do you not question yourself a little bit? Because at the conclusion is that you're putting him in a box where he can only express himself under certain circumstances. And the question for me became, is he too dark and big and black to have black boy joy? Because this is the thing
On.
that they celebrate on
Yeah,
social media all
they
the
were doing that
time.
frolicking the other day, which was a
But is black boy joy only for a certain type of dude, or is it only certain
right.
acts count as black boy joy? Because what people said in response to that was, well, it's performative. And I said, yeah, I agree, it is performative.
Mm-hmm.
So is every other video that someone turns the camera towards them and puts on social media. And the
Yes.
audience is the same audience he's courting. Like, it's not like there's some blacks only videos. Like, if you put that shit
Right.
on TikTok, it's whoever sees it on TikTok.
Right.
And so the thing that really, what a while ago we talked about, because I remember when it first came out and he used to go by Groove and Gorilla, and I was like, yeah, that's not smart. But he stopped using it, put out a video, said he didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. It wasn't about that. So he's just gonna go by Big Groove. To me, if you were telling the truth and that's what the problem was, wouldn't you be like, I'm it's fine now?
But they're not telling the truth. They just don't want him to do it, and they don't want him to exist. It's the same thing, like with Leslie Jones. I want to say when she was
Mm-hmm.
doing Saturday Night Live. Anytime she would do anything, or anytime she would talk about her size or anything like that, people would just have a problem. In it when she did the Ghostbusters, it was everybody just had a problem with her being big and black and loud and just existing.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, like, there's got to be hundreds of videos of this dude at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones I saw, the people that don't like him sharing, were him eating watermelon or chicken over and over again. And I'm like, unfortunately for y'all, I actually have seen more than those videos. So I know that that's your internal bias saying this type of person can't do this thing. Now, when he was eating, if he's eating sushi or a cheeseburger or a sandwich,
Yeah, I
you ain't
don't
got to share that. You're not
know.
screenshotting it, and
Right.
you don't. But you were waiting to catch him in something, and I'm sorry, man. I just arrived at the conclusion, and, like, I think it's an internalized thing. It's like when Lizzo first started blowing up and people were calling her a mammy and shit, and you were like, there's nothing mammy about this music. What are you, and saying it was for white women and to make them feel comfortable. And I'm like, I've listened to it. There's nothing she ever said on or off the record, and there's nothing on the track that says this is for white women or I'm somebody's mammy. I want to make y'all feel good. It's about a lot of self-empowerment and uplifting and words for herself. And honestly, who the fuck don't want to hear that message? I'll be looking in the mirror like, I am special, Lizzo. Thank you.
Come on.
Okay. Nobody told me today, but you did. And I'm telling myself. So, like,
Myself.
that was internalized. And I think this is happening so fucking much. And it reminds me of Conflict Is Not Abuse, where people are escalating the words of, you can't just be annoyed. You can't just dislike what he does. You have to elevate it into an existential threat against blackness and be like, this goes all the way back to Sambo. And I'm like, do y'all want freedom or not? I thought freedom was you get to express what you express. Now, if you got some video of him saying, some anti-black shit or something racist or, something like that, then let me know and give me that evidence. But right now, I just see a big nigga dancing that's low-key, like, extrovert, annoying type of nigga, but I don't see, like, this holding us back shit.
Right. And also, in my opinion, it's one of those things to piggyback on, do you want to be free? They want to be free with their own definition of freedom, which is also forms of oppression. Like they're not going to admit that, but they want their freedom. But
Yeah.
they still want to put stipulations and regulations on everybody else's freedom. But then, nigga, that's not free.
Right.
You
And
know,
it's just weird because, like, I mean, I'm not saying there's no line. I'm sure
right.
there's shit I see, like, it reminds me of, like, I'm doing the countdown on TikTok, highlighting people that contribute to black culture that aren't getting recognized normally. And sometimes people recommend people to me, and I'm like, why is the line so weird for people? Where it's like, oh, I don't like this person. Can you call them a coon? And I'm like, no, if they haven't said or really done, it's like you might not have liked something, but they haven't said or done anything to do that, you know. So yeah, it's just I don't know, man. The big groove dude don't, and like I said, don't get me wrong, it bothers me as an introvert who like gets secondhand embarrassment, that type of shit. But you
From
know what
me
else?
all the time.
But you know what else? You know what else bothers me? The dude that goes, I'm on the phone, and he's always just walking up to people, fucking with them, and saying shit that's gonna, you know. I saw him get slapped in New York yesterday because he walked up to a woman with a big butt and was like, "That's a fake ass," and he got slapped. Now, look, more than likely these videos are fake, right? I mean, it's like all these algorithm videos I get. Anytime there's a woman with a big butt and some dude walks up and says something, it's probably like an IG model or somebody, and they're doing like a video together, like wouldn't it be funny type of sketch. But one point being, that is also horribly embarrassing. If a dude walked up and pretended to be on the phone and was like, saw somebody that was pregnant and was like, "You fat as hell, bitch, you need to lose some weight." And when they turned around, I was like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" He's like, "I'm on the phone." That's also annoying, and you shouldn't do that to people.
That's more annoying than a nigga dancing. At least a nigga dancing ain't bothering nobody.
Yeah, but I mean, he's quote unquote bothering people, but he's doing it. I don't know. It's just funny to me because he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, he's bothering people. But for me, I would just keep doing whatever the fuck I'm doing. But
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I'd rather him than a nigga talking directly to me.
One of my favorite videos is him in a black restaurant, and you could tell all the black people recognized him immediately because he's this big ass nigga that's going viral on social media, and they were just waiting for him to do the dance. Like, and they weren't waiting in the good way of like, oh, he doing the dance. They was like, when he danced, they just all look like, here this nigga go. Because you know, it's like when you know the behind the scenes, it's like, or not even, when you start thinking about it, obviously he's the only one that can hear the music. It's even funnier to look at. I need somebody. I hope I'm in a restaurant one day and he's in there, because I want to record the video without the music and just watch people look at this shit and add a bunch of like shoe squeaks to it.
That's probably all they hearing. That's what everybody be looking like. The fuck is this? Squeak, 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 squeak.
I seen one where he was in a family restaurant and the camera, and they know what they're doing now, right? Because the people that record him don't just record him. They record him, then they start recording the people's reaction. And I seen one where he was in a family restaurant. There was a family in there, about probably like 8 to 10 people. And they see him dancing, and then they cut to the people, and the people was all looking like, you know, passing them grits. Okay. Like that'd
have been me. The fuck I'm looking. No, you know,
like they wasn't even bothered. They just was like, here he go. I don't know, man, but I stumbled into that. I thought that was interesting, and people was, you know, people feel very strongly about that. It was a lot of like, you know what the problem is.
Lord,
you know,
apparently you supposed to know.
You know damn well that's not what this is about. I'm like, it's not about Black Boy Joy, so it's only one way to be Black Boy Joy. Because my thing is, when you call it performative, you think them niggas was running in the goddamn field with the camera turned at them laughing? You think that's not performative? You think that, you literally think that's what they do all the day, and just randomly it got uploaded to TikTok? Like, nah, man, it's all the same bullshit. And I think in order to not turn on anybody, my brain just goes, I'm gonna accept it all, because to me, it's just as silly what Big Groove does as the people that was doing that walking dance in the middle of like the mall to that A Baby song or whatever. That's just as silly to me. They're in a mall.
Too.
They're disruptive. It's 20 niggas dancing. I love those videos. It's just as silly to me. I feel the same way. And I don't go, niggas dancing for the white man in public. I'm like, nah,
so guess what? They put on the same TikTok he is.
Yeah, it's just wild to me. But yeah, that was one of the things I, you know, kind of engage with people about today. And I'm trying to think what the second one was. I know there was one more, but yeah, I was like, oh, I know the other thing was they were saying on Twitter, people were asking, you know, if you had to vote for Biden again, would you vote for him to run again next year or whatever?
Bitch, yes. The fuck we talking about? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed like a pretty straightforward.
And I be looking like niggas, y'all ain't learned. Like the fuck is this?
We're on the brink of nuclear war possibly, and niggas like, you
All
know what
right,
we do? Shake up
we
this presidency.
we shooting shit out the sky and don't know what the fuck it is. Get the fuck out of here. I want
Right.
somebody competent. This shit happened underneath Trump. We ain't even hear about the bullshit.
He
Kiss
clearly
my ass.
he
Yes, I'm
clearly
voting
did
for
a
him again.
Biden clearly did a better job than anybody said he would do.
Right.
So clearly these motherfuckers that was he ain't gonna do shit didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. There's nothing you can point out that he didn't do that's gonna be aided by letting him lose or by keeping the same amount of Republicans. Like that seemed to be the fucking math. It's not very you know, it's not a very complex math right there. But yeah, I just found that to be so interesting that we're back to that comfortable, because this is the problem with being a Democrat and with good Democratic presidencies.
Mm-hmm.
They get everybody, they do a good job, they get everybody to some semblance of normalcy, they take care of a few problems, and the American spirit goes, all right, time for a Republican. Democrats, time to take Democratic voters, not the actual politicians, Democratic voters, time to take our foot off the gas. We're good now. We're good. We mission accomplished. We're not actively burning up in hell anymore. Someone poured a couple of degrees of water on us, and so we think everything's fine now. And it's like I don't know why we can't sustain that level of aggressiveness, man. I'd love for these people to be like, I'm demanding more by using my vote to demand more, by giving them a mandate. But
Right. And also the thing that frustrates me, it depends on who you're talking about, because like a lot of people, me in my circles, we like, no nigga, I'm gonna stay on the gas, I'm gonna stay on his neck, I'm gonna fucking demand more. Like the people that I'm with, we don't sit around talking about what Biden has done. We don't sit around talking about he ain't done nothing. Like we be like, nigga, look at all this shit he passing. We,
right,
we don't say stupid shit like do something, Congress. We look at the votes and going, well, he can't do it because there's not enough votes. We don't say stupid and dumb shit online and to people in real life, because I honestly think a lot of people go with both sides, because like you said, they don't keep up with shit. They're very ignorant and very stupid when it comes to politics. Nobody wants to admit that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they
right.
want to be involved and included in the conversation. So they say ignorant shit. And if you're not educated, you go, well, I guess. But if you somebody that's like, that's not the truth, they'll look at you like something's wrong with you, because a lot of times they don't have any facts behind what they're saying. They just have feelings of what they've heard online and fucking Facebook memes and shit like that. They don't really have anything based in truth a lot of times and based in reality. And it's very, very fucking frustrating.
Yeah, I'm just not ready to. I just feel like I'm not trying to have this discussion right now. But if they don't primary him, then it's obviously I'm voting for Biden. If he gets primary, I'm voting for what is a primary. But someone's gonna have a big ass. They're gonna have a big shoes to fill to prove they got a better record and would have done more than him, because everything, being Gen X, I automatically recognize that everything people say they would have done more than him is mostly an emotional argument. It's never
Mhm.
it's never an argument based on numbers or anything like that. It's like, I could have did this unprecedented shit, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
The other thing I did want to say, I found out today, if you are in the New York area, February 23rd, Brandon Collins, Gordon Baker Bone, Tatiana, Tati, Brandon's wife, they're gonna be putting on Drunk Black History again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be one of the people that does presentation.
Yay!
So
I got my virtual tickets.
yeah, so if you got virtual tickets, I'll put the link in the show notes and all that stuff. But yeah, it's 8 o'clock on the 23rd, which is 2 days from now. And I'm looking forward to participating live. We've done it virtually before, but never live.
Mhm.
So I'll be there drinking and ready to give y'all some Black history. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it, and can't wait to do it. So make sure y'all get y'all virtual tickets. And wish me luck. Go out there and try not to really break a leg. Getting drunk on stage. All right. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, go ahead, Karen.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie. I was much more prepared for this episode an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I had to pull up these topics and stuff, but Karen did get us some tickets.
I did, y'all. I got my Beyonce tickets for Charlotte, North Carolina, August.
Oh, Beyonce. Okay, cool.
Yes, my Beyonce tickets, and everybody else can come. You and your mama can come with me, but I bought myself some goddamn Beyonce tickets. I bought 3.
Unplugged all the audio equipment in the house just because you was feeling yourself.
Clever. I was like, these motherfuckers ain't stopping me, and I unplugged everything in this bitch. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Yes, I bought my Beyonce tickets with Roderick's money. Yes, I did. I'm so excited, y'all.
Yeah, I told Heaven at work because she loved Beyonce too, and I didn't get to see her until like a midway through the workday, and I was like, man, I was looking for you because had to tell you I got them Beyonce tickets. She was like, oh my god, so you could rub it in my face? I was like, no, I thought we was gonna be happy together. Like I wasn't flexing. I was like, Charlotte, August, I can't wait. So
yes, I can't wait. I'm really I'm excited. For those of you that's been listening to the show for a long time, y'all know I absolutely love Beyonce. Like I'm a huge Beyonce fan. Roger got me her B-Day album, and I've been in love with her ever since. And Roger got me that B-Day album. I know it had to be 6 months. Shit, it might have been for the whole fucking year you bought me that thing. We had a CD player. Just tell you how long ago. Had a CD player. I put that CD player, I turned that music up, and I would be cooking and cleaning. We had a grill. I would be outside barbecuing and shit. And honey, and I was get me bodied and everything else. That shit was on motherfucking repeat. I'm talking from start to finish. And the thing is, Roger wasn't bothered, but I would ask him like, "Am I playing this too much? Is it getting on your nerves?" Because I was literally consumed with it. Like I was like, "Yeah, sitting alone, hey, let's go, little kitty cat, honey." That was me for a whole fucking year. She had me tied up, tangled. I was like, "Come on, Beyonce," and so I have been a fan ever since, and I have been wanting to see her live for years. But every time I look, them tickets are sky high. And not only that, because they sell out, and then you have to buy them secondhand, so they sky high. And then I know for a while she wouldn't come to Charlotte. She would go like surrounding areas, like so it wouldn't be in Charlotte. So I was like, before the pandemic, I was like, she ain't been on tour in a while. She had dropped an album, and everybody was like, "Say your money up, bitch. We don't know, when she get quiet like this, she working, she doing something." So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save my money up, and Roger can contest. Every time I get paid, I don't care $50, I don't care $100, I can get goddamn $25. I'm putting that bitch to the side, and I wasn't touching that shit. I was like, I'm gonna make sure I got my motherfucking coins, because I was like, they say it's rent with them, bitch. I'm gonna have rent. I was like, I'm not playing. I was like, I want my motherfucking ticket. So I have been saving my money since COVID, because I ain't been going where. I ain't been doing shit. I've been saving my money up. And I was like, Beyonce was the only person I was like, nah, I done got all my shots. I was like, nah, I risk COVID for you, baby. I can't promise you for nobody else. I was like, you know what? Because I told Roger, and this is before she announced it. I was like, now she go. I was like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to put on the mask and just rock it around in there. But I am so glad, and I was so excited. And then she put out Renaissance. So I was like, "Oh, bitch! I know she going on tour soon. I just didn't know when." And because me and your mama was talking about this, I was like,
"Well, she hasn't toured, I think, in 5 years or something, maybe even longer.
2016, 2018, so around in there.
Yeah, so like 5 to 7 years she hasn't toured, and she's put out music since then. So I don't know if it even would have been feasible, but that whole Beachella thing she did was just so fucking amazing, but she never really got to tour with that. I know the Carters had their album they did together, but I don't think they toured with that really.
I think they did a On the Run tour 1 and On the Run
Yeah,
tour 2 with her and Jay-Z.
yeah.
So I
Now,
know
I
that
don't
they
know that they
I don't know if
did the
they toured that
Carters
one. Yeah,
though.
I don't know if they
I
toured
think they
that
just
album.
so we'll see what she does on this show. But yeah, I mean it's definitely dope. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you were able to get the tickets and stuff because it was a real there's a lot of people that crapped out didn't get them.
Yes.
So
I
yeah, I'm excited about it too.
I was very very excited when she the day she announced. I went in and I did the pre-register. I was like, oh bitch, I'm not playing. I was like, oh, I'm pre-registering. And it was like, this is a pre-register thing. We can't guarantee you don't get no tickets. I was like, cool. It don't matter. I'm gonna do it. And
It was a little confusing too. Like it wasn't straightforward because I got the email and it was like, you got a city card, you can pre-register with a verified, and when I went to click on it, it was like it's all sold out, and I was like, oh well, damn. Like I guess I wasn't fast enough.
Right, because the way mine was it's because they did it two ways. Just because you pre-registered didn't guarantee you tickets. And so when you pre-registered, a certain percentage of the people that pre-registered got on a wait list. And just because you got on a wait list, this still did not mean you was gonna get tickets. So I went from being pre-registered to actually being on the waiting list, which is two different lists. So that's what I just said was kind of confusing. So I got on I got on the waiting list. So when I got on the waiting list, I was like, okay, I got on the waiting list. And so Roger was like, did you hear anything? I was like, nah, I ain't hear anything. I was like, nah, I ain't hear anything yet. So I was just sitting around, chilling. I was like, okay, I'm on the waiting list. Like this is a good thing. But a lot of people got on the waiting list. Just because you got on the waiting list, like I said, still didn't guarantee you gonna get tickets. And so shout out to Siri. I was in this bitch yesterday and I keep my headphones in and I tell Siri to read my text messages. And Siri was like, yeah, you got on the list. Like you bumped up the level. I was like, oh shit. So I was on the clock. I stopped everything I was doing and walked 2 inches to this computer. I was like, fuck this phone. I'm gonna be on the big boy because I don't want no glitches. I don't want no problems. I don't want something popping up and the Apple decides it don't want to pop up on my screen. Fuck that. I was like, I'm be on the motherfucking computer. I want no problems. So I went over here, put in the website, and got on there. Bitch, I looked up. It was like, you got 10,000 people in front of you. I was like, I got nervous. I was like, okay, I got people in front of me. I was like, cool. And I looked. And it gives you once you pick your tickets, it gives you a time limit. So it times you out. So you can't be fucking around once you pick your tickets. You got to pay. So so it was going down. I was like, okay, a few thousand. Okay, it kept going down, a few hundred. Okay, it kept going down. I was like 300. Okay, it kept going down. I was like 200. Y'all, I'm surprised these people went like, the fuck she doing? You'd have thought that I was watching Super Bowl and watching my team throw like a return a kick for like the whole field, because the whole time I was in here like, let's go. Every time I seen that number drop, y'all, the smaller that number got, the louder I fucking got. I was like, okay, let's go. Okay, at first because the number was kind of big, so I was like, okay, and then that number kept getting smaller. I was like, oh bitch, I might get in here. And the more the reality of I might get in here got the crunk I got, I was like, okay, oh shit, let's go. I kept looking and it kept going down and down and down. It got to 100. I was like, oh shit, 100. It got down to 50. I was like, oh bitch, I might get these tickets. Bitch, that motherfucker said 1. I was like, bitch, let's go. It was like, I looked at the screen. It was like, okay, well, you're the next one up. I was like, okay. I still was like, okay. I opened up and I could see the flow. I motherfucking hollered. I was like, oh bitch, I can see the flow. So I went in there and I was searching for the most expensive tickets I could buy. I was like, bitch, I'm going to max this motherfucker out. I saved my coins. I was like, I'm not bullshitting. I want the best seats I motherfucking can get. I did not come to play with you hoes. I was like, bitch, I want to go to this concert. I have saved my coins. I wouldn't save my coins for nothing. I could have been doing other shit with that. I was like, no, Beyonce, I saved this shit for you. Let's motherfucking go. I knew my budget, bitch. I was like, let's go. So I was like, where is the lowest I can get, bitch? Now, the ones that was like really, really close, them bitches were sold out. They better be glad they were sold out because I spent more. I was like, oh, I can't get there. I was like, what's the closest I can motherfucking get? I was like, what's the highest seats you got up in here, bitch, that I can buy at my level? So I was like, no, bitch, I don't want to be up high. I don't want to be up high. I want to be down low. I ain't saved my money for no motherfucking nosebleeds, bitch. I want to see the sweat fling off of her. I want to see the air that makes her hair wave. Let's go, bitch. I was like, no, I want to see it all. I was like, let's go. I was motherfucking crunk in here all by I was a one-woman party, y'all. And so I bought them tickets. I was like, okay, the countdown was on. I went through, I select my tickets. Me, Roger, and his mama. Bitch, everybody else on their motherfucking own. I didn't care. I was like, 3 tickets, please. I could have bought 4. I said, nope, bitch, 3 tickets, please. I was like, you better go on again the queue and figure that shit out yourself. I was like, nope, I got my ass in here. And these are the most important people to me. And bitch, we going. Me and your mama been talking about this shit for us for a year and some change. We've been talking before she went on tour. I was like, I'm going to the Beyonce concert. I told your mama this. I said, I'm going to the Beyonce concert. Your mama's like, yeah, we going to the Beyonce. We're like, we really been talking about this. I was like, yeah. And then I was like, well, Roger, do you want to go? He was like, yeah, I'm going to go. I was like, well, bitch, if I can get in, I'm getting them tickets. So I was so excited. So I clicked the button. I was like, okay. I looked at the screen. I was like, okay. And when that motherfucker said confirm, and she popped up on that motherfucking horse and was like, you are confirmed, bitch, it was on and popping. You the thought I'd have won $1 million zillion. I was like, bitch, I got the motherfucking tickets. You can't tell me shit. You can't tell me a motherfucking thing. You can't tell me nothing. Bitch, I got them goddamn tickets. And I told Roderick, I told his mama, I told everybody. I was like, bitch, I'm going. I'm so excited. It's my first time ever seeing her. I was like, I am excited. I woke my black ass up this morning. The first email I sent to my boss was like, bitch, I'm not going to be here. I don't care if it's 6 months in advance. Y'all make the plans. I won't be here. Don't care what the fuck y'all got going on. Don't care who here, who ain't here, who out sick, who leaves. Bitch, I don't care. I don't care if the motherfucking building burned down. I will be at the goddamn Panther Stadium, bitch. I don't want no problems. I'm not getting no. The day before I'm off, the day after I'm off. Your mama already looking for a hotel room, bitch. No, I'm gonna take my ass up there, spend the night. I'm not fighting your hoes in no motherfucking traffic. I know I stay in Charlotte. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I'm not fighting y'all. We gonna go up there. We gonna chill. We gonna spend expensive money at the hotels downtown. Shit, I'm gonna act like I'm a tourist in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't give a fuck. I'll be walking around like I'm in New York City. I don't give a goddamn. I am prepared and I am motherfucking excited, bitch. Let's go. Y'all don't understand. I'm ready.
I'm glad you're excited. I also am excited, but I feel like after an hour and a half of doing tech, I don't have nearly the same energy. This is not my 6 o'clock energy. You get my 8:05 energy, and I'm be honest, it's not matching what you're doing right now. But I felt very similar. I was very excited. I thank you for waiting online to get the tickets, and I don't mind, footing the bill. That's what it's for, like that's what the money's for.
Yeah,
to enjoy it.
I was like, yes. I was like, let's go. I was like, oh, when they said rent money, bitch, I can't rent money. I was like, let's go. I've been saving my coins. I am super, super. I'm very, very excited. Like, and the fact that she was like, I'm gonna be at the Panther Stadium. I was like, bitch, let's go. That's probably if it's not the largest, it's one of the largest venues here in Charlotte. So I was like, oh, she wanted to be sure she had the biggest arena. She was like, fuck that, fuck the Hornet Stadium. We're gonna be outside. So, like I said, I will bring my poncho if it rains. I don't care because I am going. I'm gonna have myself a good time. Because I know people gonna be out there tailgating and shit, and I told your mom that's why we're gonna go ahead and get the hotels early, because I was like, all the hotels gonna motherfuckers sell out for the people coming out of town and for the motherfuckers just like, I just want to be near the concert. And so I was like, I don't want to be bothered with y'all. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I really am. I did not realize how excited I was. And truthfully, I didn't know if I was going to get tickets or not. So I guess that's why I was in here football, dancing and touchdown, dancing and hollering and screaming. I was excited. And I was like, the whole time the number kept going down. It was hilarious. I was like, let's go. Let's go. I was like, because it was one of them things where it's like you can't believe it because so many I had kept seeing so many people saying they couldn't get it or it sold out even though they was on a waiting list. I was really nervous that I wasn't gonna get it. So as soon as that email came up, I got my ass in there, and when I seen all them people in there, I was like, oh bitch, I might not get it, but bitch,
Yep, you did get it. Yeah, good job. I'm glad you stuck it out. You know what? Speaking of Black women, there is a new podcast out for Black women and all those who love and care for them, just like Beyonce. We Flesh in This Here Space, Black Women Be. This limited 6-part series hosted by Lisa Anderson of the Sojourner Truth Leadership Circle and artist Michaela Gaston explores the fullness of Black women's humanity with topics ranging from creation to singing to managing a major business. We Flesh includes incredible interviews with amazing Black women such as former Black Panther Party leader Erica Huggins, artist Michelle Browder, and business leader and coach Susan Callender. Here, Black women be in conversation and contemplation and just be together. New episodes release on Mondays, so make sure that you got that in your podcast apps, and you can subscribe to We Flesh wherever you get your podcast. All right. We love to see Black women doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and before
and you know what? Let's go back to the Beyonce stuff. Karen, go ahead.
Oh yes, yeah, and it won't be long. I just want to tell you, baby, I I am so thankful, and I know this might not mean a big thing to you, but I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that you allowed me to get excited. I don't want to say about the most mundane shit, but you let me express my joy and my excitement and my happiness about, some of the things that I love. And it's regardless of if you love them or not, because for some reason, when you see people talk online about certain things, it's very frustrating. Particularly, and maybe this is just me being really sensitive, particularly when you see people going, well, if Black women love it, they got to tear it down and act like something's wrong with it. And it was like, well, if I'm not bothering nobody, I'm not hurting nobody, how does this impact your life? Or you have men with women that like Beyonce, but Beyonce might not be their thing. And instead of them just being like, girl, you go and have a good time, it's like you shitting on the thing that she loves and enjoys.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that a lot. And so I'm very grateful and thankful that I don't have to deal with that bullshit. You like, if you love it, be excited about it. Show your joy.
Well, I want you to be happy. I'm joyful about the things I love. It's not, I think that's part of it. I think also just, what's the point of being married to somebody you don't want to see them happy? I think also like I guess a lot of people find comedy and humor in it, but I find it weird that people want to tamp down other people's joy all the fucking time. I feel like when people say you have to fight for your joy, I think that's what it means. And it's why, I fight for mine. And if that means I got to fight another motherfucker, I'll do it. Like I'm honest. I'm never lying to myself. When I enjoy things, I try to be sober minded about it, but I think a lot of people's joy is not liking shit and they don't want to admit it to themselves. So this like,
right.
It's like we had this conversation on last week on Keith and the Girl with Keith Malley, and he hates the Ant-Man movie, thinks it's a piece of shit. And I like the Ant-Man movie. I think it is flawed, but I still enjoyed it more than I didn't enjoy it, and he just can't grasp that concept. And he always tries to talk me into not liking the thing that I like or convince me that I'm lying to him or lying to myself. And it's just like, no, I know who I am and I know what I like, and I'm not going to be intimidated by it. And the same thing with the, Beyonce stuff, it's like, there's always someone trying to find an angle where you're not supposed to have fun with this thing, and it's like, we're gonna all fucking die one day. I want to experience the Beyonce concert. I want to, I don't need to rush the negativity, like bad shit is gonna happen in my life for real, and it won't
Come on,
be
for
it
real.
won't be a movie I didn't enjoy. It's gonna be some actual like fucked up news or something, or someone dying or something. So I don't need to rush to be bad. I don't need to rush to be sad or mad. I got it, I had this dark joke that I told a friend, but I didn't put it on social media because I knew that it's too taboo of a topic to put on there. But I had this dark joke that's funny to me, but I didn't want to like say it to everybody. And I'll say it here because it's the podcast and the people that listen either they understand or they give us some leeway.
Right.
But it was a person that was saying asking me, I think it was like we're at work or something. They're like, man, Rod, you ever struggle with like, suicidal thoughts or suicidal ideation? And I was like, I struggle with it the way I would struggle with doing my taxes, and that I would put it off to the last minute. Why would I it's gonna happen anyway, like why would you? I was like, I guess I'm a procrastinator, because why would you do that to yourself when it's like
procrastinator?
Why you, spoiler alert, why would you skip to the end of the book? It's really, the book is ending the same way. It don't really matter, guys. No one's figured a way past this shit. So why end it on chapter 3? I'm trying to ride this bitch out.
I'm trying to read the book to the end.
And like, my friends all think it's funny and they get the joke,
Yeah, but you can see some people be like, Rod, how dare you joke about death, right?
But I feel that way about negative or not even negative, but just bad times in general, times that are going to be bad. Because we're all gonna have bad times and real bad shit that's gonna happen. And I'm just like, I don't need to rush it by acting like a TV show is the worst thing. It doesn't mean you have to like everything or that every TV show is great, but it's just, I don't need to fit in with everybody by pretending like, all right, this all sucks, right? No, man, genuine joy is beautiful. The corny shit in life is what makes life great. It's,
yes, it does.
Holding hands. It's
being corny.
It's it's the bad puns. It's the unabashed joy that you get from watching some nerdy shit that only you're into. Like, what's wrong with that? So yeah, I would never try to tamp your joy down. That being said, I can't match it tonight because the tech stuff. I felt like I was in a better space to match this when I thought we were starting at 6. But I just want to get
I didn't mean to beat you down. I sorry. All that energy went into walking me through the steps.
Yeah.
Having me panicking over here. One day I hope I get better at that, but I do. I just start panicking. I don't know why.
We got it. We got everything working again. It just took us a while. Well, let's try to do some other stuff real quick. Maybe do some regular news. Real quick. Pull up some regular news beats. Don Lemon got pulled from CNN this morning over his sexist remark scandal, but now he's back. He's gonna be back on the air.
Okay.
He had to take training like Kyrie Irving, I guess.
Apparently so.
And it was one day of training or some shit, or maybe he's gonna be doing the training. Maybe they putting him on the air as he does the training. I don't know, but he's back on the air, so it looks like that was avoided. Everybody, it worked out.
Oh,
congrats to Don.
Congrats.
Yeah, I just always laugh about it because it's like he thought he was just picking on this Republican woman, and it's not on our side, bro. You got accountability. You can't do it. You know, it's like what people call Jason Whitlock fat, and it's like, yeah, you can say that from your Twitter account, but if you was, you know, Joy Reid going on TV calling him fat, you're gonna have to apologize to a lot of people,
right? Because there's some form of accountability.
Yeah. Warner Brothers cancels Judge Mathis and People's Court after airing for more than 2 decades.
What? You know they got an audience. That's why they've been on for 2 decades. What your grandma and them gonna watch?
Are they smoking crack? Because Judge Mathis would ask that.
Them like the 2 main judge shows. Everybody else is imitation.
I feel like there's been a lot of judge shows. I always felt the People's Court was the main one.
Was that the main one? That one and Judge Judy.
Judge Judy was a staple. She took hers, I think, to like Amazon or something. I don't know. But I always thought like they all end up becoming staples because they're cheap to make and they just run forever. But yeah, they aired for 24 seasons for Judge Mathis, and yeah, they decided to go ahead and end it.
I wonder about to say money. I mean, because like you said, they're not expensive to make.
Yeah, I think it's because they don't want to pay the syndication money. Because when you pay reruns, you have to give people these checks for their revenue residuals.
I could see them talking about that. They're gonna be like, y'all gonna stop this bullshit of not wanting to pay and just yanking shit off the air where it can't be nowhere. They was like, y'all, they're gonna make them stop doing that. It was like, you can't do this.
This has always been a thing. So like, it's not every show don't run forever.
Agreed.
I mean, there's been plenty of shows that have had their shit taken off the air before. So this isn't like unprecedented. I just think people didn't think it would happen to these shows, and now we know more. Like behind the scenes, we know more than we used to. So now we know, like, oh, this is a money situation. It is cutting off someone's residual checks, and this is clearing the slate to try to make lower cost television. But yeah, this gonna be interesting. Yeah, I don't know what people gonna watch their grandmamas.
I don't know. Somebody asked about the Steve Harvey Judge show. I like that show. Me and right to watch that show.
Yeah, it was on. I don't know that was a full-time gig though. That felt more like a thing Steve Harvey's gonna do, like, 8 episodes a year or some shit.
Yeah, between Family Feud.
Yeah, it just felt like the kind of thing where Steve Harvey's gonna do like they probably record all those shits in like a couple days at most, and he just changes outfits and they pretend that it's a different day. So I don't think you're gonna see him dedicate like Judge Mathis seemed like that shit was on 5 days a week every day, every fucking week. So
24 seasons, who knows how many hundreds of thousands of episodes he had.
Right. So sad to see those shows go.
I hope somebody pick them up because, like I said, those shows are staples.
I agree with you. We had a story that popped off in our neck of the woods in Charlotte.
Oh shit! What happened?
A bride and a groom got stuck in an elevator at their wedding.
Oh snap!
It was in the Grand Bohemian elevator, but they were all smiles when they got stuck in the elevator. I guess
I heard of this hotel.
If you can't make it the first day, it's
Groom have one big story to tell after they got stuck in an elevator in Uptown Charlotte for 2 hours on their wedding night.
Queen City News reporter Sydney Heiberger brings us this story of a couple who had their vows put to the test before they even left the building.
They say your wedding is a night you'll never forget, but whoever said that?
One for the books, for sure.
Probably never imagined it would go quite like this.
When it first happened, I thought, it stopped for a few seconds, it'll restart. And then I think we noticed that the door was just slightly ajar.
They were on their way up to their after party on the 16th floor of the Grand Bohemian, but never made it.
Elevator had a glitch, and here we are. It had to happen with the groom and I both stuck in the elevator, so at least it wasn't just one of us.
Bride, groom, and 4 of their family members and friends were stuck for 2 hours. Ultimately, Charlotte Fire had to come save the day and help them tie a different kind of knot.
They harnessed me up, got me in full gear, and pulled me up 4 floors
Ask the couple, and they'll tell you not being able to say goodbye to their guests was devastating.
We were not able to celebrate, do a last hurrah and kisses and goodbyes, and that's what put the damper on everything. That's how the wedding night had to end.
But how it felt to be hoisted up through an elevator shaft?
I would say James Bond a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, maybe Mission Impossible.
Reporting in Uptown, Sydney Heiberger, Queen City News.
Man,
I chose Mr. Hardy.
Oh, sorry. I get, my thing is, if you can't make it that first night, like if that 2 hours, you like, I can't stand to be in here for 2 hours, you ain't gonna make it in marriage. Like, that's the ultimate test right away. Like, you find out if the vows is real that night. Because it's a stressful situation. No one can really help each other.
And everybody up there partying basically without the bride and groom, basically.
Yeah, because that the fact that they said they weren't able to tell their guests goodbye, people was taking Tupperware home and to-go plates.
I said they didn't get no food.
Right. Somebody went to the open bar and just ordered like a triple shot right away. Well, what's the most expensive drink? I want all of them for free before they get up here.
Yeah, the Grand Bohemian. So they spent money.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, I thought it was kind of a cute story. How prepared is your state for the zombie apocalypse?
I don't know.
Well, somebody
ranked very prepared.
Mm-hmm. So somebody ranked all 50 states. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently who did this study? Let me see. Insurance website, I guess, that ranks insurance. So the number one state, what do you think it is?
Number one state, I would say it would be Texas.
Texas, okay.
I'm thinking of states with like a large quantity of guns. If it ain't Texas, it's one of them Midwest, one of them square states somewhere out there where they got a bunch of guns.
Well, Texas is 49th.
Oh shit!
Least prepared, which makes sense to me. I mean, they power grid went out when it snowed. Like,
that's true.
People that's been running Texas, I don't think they put them in a good place. Like, I think the most guns might be even more dangerous. It's too many guns and too many people at the same time. So you want another guess?
Well, that kind of fucked my philosophy up. Then I don't really know.
Okay.
I'll say it would be what's Louisiana?
Louisiana. Okay, let's see. Louisiana is number 26.
Okay, I'm going up a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who was prepared for the zombie apocalypse? Texas, Louisiana. Let's try Arkansas.
Okay, so you think it's something about the South that's gonna get the that's where the states where people will survive. So Arkansas is 19th.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I might be completely wrong, but a lot of states up north have really restrictive gun laws. So a lot of people don't have guns and shit like that. In certain parts, depending on how restrictive it is. So you got an outbreak. What the fuck you gonna kill them with? Household items? Run over with cars?
Okay. All right. Well, are you done guessing? Did you want any more guesses?
I can keep guessing. Yes. What's Nevada?
Nevada is number 17.
Okay, so I'm around the teens, so I need to get out of this general area. Ooh, let's go to Washington, the state of Washington. Washington State?
State of Washington is 35.
Oh, I'm going down. Damn.
Yeah, I'm going down. Now, I don't know what's determining these ranks, but they said 35.
I guess the home state, North Carolina, but I don't think we're
we're way down there. We're 41. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and that would make sense.
Yeah, we got too many Republicans in the Congress. I don't know. I don't know why we're getting up 41, honestly, but somehow it makes sense.
How about Tennessee? Oh, a lot of Republicans there, so they might be low on the list too.
Okay, let's see. Tennessee is man, where is Tennessee? Oh no, they're 36. I think you were closer when you were saying some of the square states at the very beginning.
Okay, like North Dakota, South Dakota, places
Those
like
are number 4 and 5, respectively.
Oh shit, I was right. Yeah, but did I ever say Nevada?
You said Nevada already. That was lower. Probably the prostitute. Utah, 16 for Utah.
Did I say Arkansas?
Yeah, that you said Arkansas. That's the South again, kinda ish, and they was kind of low. Oh, they was 19, I guess. So
okay.
Not that low.
Okay, so if you go out west, how about California?
Man, California is last.
Oh, they last.
I know. What is it?
They take care of the people too good. They was like, y'all are too free.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, y'all got too much sunshine. Y'all better here bathing and shit. So
it's funny because California is at the bottom, and Florida's only 2 ahead of it, and Texas is 1 ahead of it. It's like all the like extreme states. You put New York is 47. All the extreme states.
Yeah, I knew New York would be number 1.
Yeah.
Is it one of them states like Alaska, Hawaii, or some shit like that?
Alaska's number 2.
Oh shit!
And Hawaii is number 9.
Wow. Alaska number 2. Ain't nobody out there. It's you and the ice and the polar bears.
That's why it's probably easy to prepare. There'll be a lot less zombies to kill.
That is true. How about Illinois?
Illinois is
Illinois. We put S on everything. I'm black, y'all. Illinois.
45.
Okay, no.
You know, too many guns in Chicago, probably. I don't know. All right, I'll just tell you. I'll spare you. Take out your misery. You did good. You got a lot near the top.
At least I got number 2.
Number 1 was Wyoming. I know, but it makes sense. I mean, to me, the fact that we just said it that way means it makes a lot of sense. Like, who the fuck would be out there? And number 3 is Vermont.
Cornfields. Cornfields. That's all.
Right. Wyoming, Arkansas, Vermont, North Dakota, South Dakota, Delaware, Montana, Rhode Island.
Some of these smaller states, and that would make sense. There's not a lot of people there. Okay. A lot of the other states, they like your population is too big.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. You know, a little quick survey thing.
That was fun.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I was right about them square states. I was like, some of them got to be up at the top because ain't nobody out there.
Let's move on. Just because we got a late start and I'm tired now. Let's do some...
I don't pooped him out and made stress his brain out.
I mean, because I was just like, are we just not gonna do no podcast for the rest of the time in New York? I don't know. But we got it working, and hopefully you won't move or vacuum anything behind the sensitive computer equipment for at least a month, and we'll be able to figure this thing out, But yeah.
But like this, if the crumbs fall, they gonna stay, nigga. The crumbs gonna stay. I'm not.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it when I get home. All right, guess the race time.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, it's time for Guess the Race, the game that's going around the globe. Well, it's really just going around our podcast, but we go around the globe and we find articles and we guess the race of the people involved. Karen plays along as well as the chat room. All right, Karen, are you ready to do some guessing?
Okay.
Sisters busted for threat over loud sex.
Okay.
Angered that a couple in a neighboring apartment was making too much noise during sex, a pair of gun-toting Texas sisters allegedly threatened to shoot the loud lovebirds.
Oh, shit.
Investigators busted Alexis Davis, who's 25, and Treasure Bibbs, 21, following a confrontation early Monday morning at an apartment complex in Houston. Davis and Bibbs are pictured in these mugshots. According to the police, an ongoing dispute over noise emanating from the nearby apartment had already resulted in Davis and Bibbs leaving notes on the couple's door threatening to kill Kevin Frank and Kiara McPherson, 30 and 29, and the pair's children.
Oh, with the kids too?
During the February 13th encounter at the Worthington development, Davis and Bibbs both allegedly brandished a firearm and threatened to kill Frank and McPherson with a gun for being too noisy. Davis and Bibbs were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. Bibbs was freed from custody after posting $15,000 bond. Davis remains locked up in the Harris County Jail in lieu of a $200,000 bond, since she is also facing trial in a prior felony case for which she was free on $10,000 bond when arrested this week. Damn, she ain't give a fuck. How loud was this fucking?
Claire, was it poor loud? Like, what is this?
Davis was busted last year for allegedly stealing a 2008 Buick from a used car lot in Pasadena, a Houston suburb. The $8,000 vehicle had been repossessed after she failed to make payments beyond the initial $1,700 she put down on the auto.
She was like, that's all I got.
She just don't believe in rules. She like, listen, I paid $1,700. I don't see why I should have to start making
pay the rest.
Cops allege that Davis, aided by unidentified black female, cut the lock on the autos for less security gate at 3 a.m. April 27th and retrieved the Buick. The car was outfitted with a GPS tracker, was subsequently located in front of Davis's Houston home, where the car originally had been repossessed. So guess the race.
You got their names?
Yeah, I said them earlier. Alexis Davis and Treasure Bibbs, sisters.
Black. Treasure Bibbs.
Black. Okay, that's some negritude right there. My daddy said shoot black, diamond and silk strap black. The correct answer is and all of y'all got it, black. That's them. One of them has face and neck tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do have to say, the article said the black female of unidentified black female helped her get her car back, and that probably might have gave away too much, but I hadn't read the article beforehand, so apologize for that spoiler alert if that helped anybody with that clue. But it could have been a black woman helping somebody that's not black, so you never know.
Agreed, right? Because she wasn't identified.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. How about this one? A man suffering cardiac arrest in Las Vegas casino left slumped over as a dealer continued to play.
Oh, okay.
The family of a man who collapsed while playing blackjack at the Wynn Las Vegas is suing the hotel and the casino, claiming he did not receive medical care for nearly 20 minutes as an employee continued to deal.
You dealing and they're not even responding? Yes, I will sue too.
He's like, busted. You want me to hit you again? Hit. On April 6, 2022, David Jagolinzer of Florida was staying at the Wynn and playing the table game when he collapsed. His hand convulsed and he fell onto the blackjack table with his head down. The blackjack dealer continued to deal cards to another player at the table and continued to play blackjack. Maybe they thought he was drunk.
A possibility. But even with that, you wouldn't want nobody slumping on your table as a dealer. You'd be like, hey, somebody get this person off of my table because they're drunk.
Especially for 20 minutes. But maybe the only thing I know about gambling like this is from heist movies like Casino and from mob movies and heist movies. So I just would have thought, oh, it's a distraction. Look around, someone must be putting black paint on the cameras.
And it might be one of them things where they deal with drunk people all the time, and they was like, what? You'll be responding in another 5 minutes. As long as you don't throw up on my table, I'm good.
Yeah. You're out of money. Get up. But yeah, he was slumped over with his arm extended onto the table for an unreasonable amount of time, with no one employed at the Wynn intervened to check to see if he needed medical attention. At no point did they check on his condition for nearly 20 minutes. Lawyers for the family estate said sleeping or becoming unconscious at gambling tables is a violation of Nevada gaming laws and employees, and they should have known to intervene.
Right.
So
And I can see that being a rule because we're actually trying to play a game, and that would be disruptive to a game. It would make people around you feel uncomfortable. They were like, "Are they having a seizure?" Like, I'm surprised nobody was like, "Hey, are they all right?"
Well, I mean, that's just because something's a rule doesn't necessarily mean people follow it. Guess the race of David Jagalinzer.
White.
Karen's going white. Let's see what the chat room believes. I got a slight delay here. White, let it ride. White, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. White. Weekend at Bernie's 3. He had a dead hand. White. I'll take this white man's free drinks. White, and the correct answer is white.
And for the fact that they let them lay there that long. Anybody else, I'm like, if y'all don't get this darkie off my table.
Right. A black person would have got their life saved just because of racism.
Yep.
They were like, get this nigger off of the table. I always bet on black my ass. And then they were like, oh God, he's having an attack, But they was like, leave this white man alone. And he's like, help me. Shut up. He doesn't need anything. He just wants to sleep it off. You okay, Mac? All right, let's go to the bonus round. So far, I believe Karen is 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch was white. I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get
gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A woman in South Carolina was arrested after deputies said she tried to have 3 kilos of cocaine shipped to her home.
Well, goddamn.
It's a different type of Amazon delivery. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office said investigators received a tip about a parcel of cocaine being delivered to a home on February 13th. Officials with several agencies worked together and intercepted the package. Like, what were you just like? What you just ordered online, or you just, hey man, ship me the cocaine?
Yeah. You ordered by the ounces, and you didn't think nobody was gonna check this shit to be sure what nothing in it.
The deputy said the package contained 2 large bricks of compressed powder weighing more than 6.5 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah. They said the estimated street value of the cocaine was more than $180,000.
Woo, you doing that real time.
The package was addressed to 28-year-old Quanisha Monago. An undercover agent delivered the parcel, and deputy said Monago took the cocaine, put it in the back of a 2012 Ford Focus, and started to get behind the wheel of the car. She was arrested and charged
like it wasn't nothing. She got that picture up there, was like, you are under arrest.
Right. Is it like Amazon? They take a picture of the cocaine in front of your door, like your package been delivered. Man ago,
they should have took a picture and be like, check your phone. It was like, you are under arrest.
Right. Man was arrested and charged with trafficking cocaine and possession with intent to distribute marijuana. This was a lot of cocaine, and thanks to all who participate, it will never hit the street, said the cops. Officials are continuing.
I said, this show won't hit the streets.
Yeah, I just, there's a lot of people that do cocaine that don't want to hear that. That's bad news. Price of the brick going up, literally.
Yeah, it is.
Officials are continuing to investigate the case, including the source of the cocaine, which was shipped from a location outside the continental U.S. I just like the audacity. Like, yeah, go ahead and ship me the cocaine.
The audacity. I mean, what did she go to Cocaine or Us? The fuck? How do you just order cocaine and be like, here's my address, Venmo me, and we'll just ship you cocaine?
She went to cocaine.com.
Right. The fuck? How do you know where to order cocaine online?
She just Googled buy 2 kilos of cocaine. It was like, go to cocaine.net, put in $180,000 order real quick.
You want 2 ounces, 120 ounces?
I better go with 2 kilos just to be safe.
You know, they upcharge you. Would you like 2-day shipping?
All right, guess the race.
Cocaine or us.
what's that's the race though, okay? What's the race?
Oh, black. I'm sorry, I'm unfocused.
Okay. Girl, you can't buy everything from wish.com.
You sure can't.
You know, eBay. Niggas, Keybay. She was on Keybay. She was getting them keys. Anyway, well, back to these guesses. Cocaine Black Bear. She took her Black History Month pass a little too far. This is some black ass Caucasian niggas steady be scamming using a postal service. You can't, the UPS can't deliver regular packages sometimes, you know?
Right.
That's some ignorance right there. Black, quarter brick, whole brick, A, black, Rikisha Ross, black. Black. This is not Sheen, damn it, black. She wasn't using that fast fashion cocaine. She used the promo prop Joe to get the connect black. Shein and Rome is black. Alicia Keys black.
That's good. That's real good. She went in there. She got to pick what color her wrapping was. She got to pick.
Is this a gift?
Yeah, that's what the heck this. Would you like us to wrap it up?
I'm gonna need 2-day delivery on this cocaine.
Can I put a cocaine prime price?
Oh man. All right. Y'all were right. I don't even know nothing about drugs, and that's one of the all-time. Like, come on, man, you can't do that. That amount to
come on.
It's automatic Fed time because it's got to be coming. It's coming from out of the state, crossing all kinds of state lines, and she went and hopped right in the car with it. Like, just no mystery left to be solved, man.
You thought it was gonna be that simple. You went to cocaine.org or cocaine.com, cocaine.net. Bought your ounces and called it a day.
She better hope Joe Byron needs some more black votes.
Come on. And wave that, because if not, you're going to jail.
Her episode of For My Man gonna be off the hook.
I'm gonna be here for it. I'm be looking forward to it.
Oh, all right. Last thing, soy ratchetness. A Tennessee man pulls a sword on a mom and a 2-year-old.
Oh shit, what they do to you?
He pulled a sword because a woman wouldn't let him hug her toddler.
I think you point out short is justification to why.
Yeah, I feel like it proved
that
exactly
right,
why she shouldn't have let you hold the baby.
I agree with the decision. I agree with the mom. No.
Report says that on Sunday, a woman was waiting in line for the shelter when a man, Coleman Garrett, black, approached her and her daughter. The victim said Garrett tried to hug her 2-year-old, but she stepped in front of him. Immediately, Garrett went back to his car shouting. He returned with a sword and began pointing and swinging it at them. When police made the scene, the victim identified Garrett. He was taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. He set to appear in court Monday morning.
Yeah, they didn't know if you were going to pick up that child and run off. They didn't know what your intentions was. And for the fact that you huffed and puffed and ran off, ain't no telling what your intentions was.
Yeah, you look like he could be like a black samurai, you know, like like he may have came from that time traveling ancient world or something. I wouldn't trust this man either with a sword. Okay. He's scaring me. So I guess I'm part of the problem. I wouldn't let him touch my kid either.
The same. I agree with mom.
Also, who just randomly hugs other people's 2-year-olds you don't know?
Who does that?
Give me a hug, little man. I'm like, no. Oh, that's it. I'm gotta cut a bitch. I'm like, okay, well, thanks for proving me right.
I was justified in my actions. Something's wrong with you.
All right, y'all. That's all you get tonight. I'm tired, but don't forget, I won't be tired. Thursday. Check me out on Drunk Black History. The link for virtual tickets will be in the show notes. So just click on that link. We love for our fans to show up and show out. I know y'all normally do anyway with Drunk Black History. Like, y'all show up all the time.
Shout out to the people like me to be in the chat room.
Yeah, and they read, it's interactive. They like read the chat room and they like let people know what's being said and stuff. So I'm sure I'm gonna see some of y'all's comments and participation and all that stuff in the chat room. Because Tatiana will be reading it while everyone's on stage.
And I'm excited that you're on the show because I know they've been trying to get you on for a while.
Yeah, if you want to go there in person, it's at 8:00. Doors open at 7. It's at 8:00 at the Bell House in Brooklyn. So I'll be there and be sipping on a couple beverages and I'll definitely tell y'all about some Black history. So let's do it. All right, y'all. That's it for tonight. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of the night.
Thank you for being my tech guy, and I won't touch nothing else.